He's going to allow. Don't forget, there were men back in the old. Yeah, there were men of old that did offerings. Don't forget Cain and Abel, both doing offerings.
It's just through time it became a job designated for
It became designated for Louis. All right, this is the new setup now. It's going to be done this way. So Yahusha had blemishes, spots, defects. And Yahusha is a man, not a lamb. He didn't say get a man. How old is the lamb supposed to be? Where's it? Go ahead, read it. It's right there. She's in it right now.
Mom read it.
You read it? No, she didn't. I stopped her. I stopped her at blemish.
A male of the first year.
A male of his first year. So you got to get a 1-year-old Yahusha. Y'all see how we can just do this thing any old kind of way we want to do it, and then the people accept it? This is madness.
You can allow that.
What else? The sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. Your lies can be perpetuated throughout the earth, and people will take it as truth. It's very important that we dig in these verses, verse by verse, chapter by chapter. This is the only way to do it. If not, my family and I, we can hide things from you. We can hide truth from you. And we can throw stuff in here and there, and you wouldn't know the difference unless you're reading and studying for yourself. A year. How old was Yahusha? It's grown. We think the Most High okay with this? Do y'all understand the lie that's being going forth in the earth? This is profanity. This is profane on the highest level. Yes, it is.
That's what's the offer of people. That's what,
no. That's correct. Yeah. He would offer Turah. He told us don't offer up your children, making your children pass through the fire. When you take a child and put them on the mitzvah, what's on the mitzvah? Fire. This is what the Father hates. Yeah, human offerings. He hates this. And then they're going to teach and tell us he offered his son for our iniquities.
That's some of the other nations with they don't mind offering other people for their own benefit.
Yeah, they'll offer others for their own benefit. Okay, I'm ready.
You may take it from the sheep or from the goats.
You can take it from your mother's house or your father's house.
What?
This is what our people are accepting.
I'm just realizing that they associate him with the Passat offering and the Kata offering.
Both.
Yeah.
Thank you. I brought that out before. I listened to the video that I had to go back and listen to the video that we did in the Shabat class. And you're right. They're relating Yahusha to the Passat. They say he the Passat. Also, he's the iniquity offerings. Two different things. They're two different things. Thank you for that point.
Now you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month.
We're talking about an animal. And wicked man made this into a human being that was a grown man. That's so disrespectful. When the Father's sitting up there, he's hot. Why do you think we got scattered in all the world? He's hot with us. He said he has what's the word? He has an issue with all flesh. Because we've done this madness. We believe this madness. We partook of this madness. We partook of it. Trying not to get ahead of myself. Come on. It's not working.
Then the whole assembly of the congregation of Yahusha should kill it at twilight.
So then the whole assembly. Now this is something I didn't see before. The whole assembly. Who's going to kill it? This is important. Who's going to kill the Passat? The whole assembly. This is all the sons. You are responsible for killing the Passat. This is one of the times where we have Yahusha being involved in a slaughter. And Yasharal is doing the slaughtering, not Louis here. Of course, Louis is partaking of this also because it says all the assembly. Louis is there. But all of them get to take part of this slaughter. But it's not on the mitzvah. When you see the lamb in all these images and pictures, it's on the mitzvah. That's a lie. Remember, roasted with fire. Roasted with fire, not grilled. The mitzvah is nothing but a huge, giant grill with grates. We went over the making of it. The fire is under it, but it's a grill.
And they shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the lintel of the houses where they eat it.
So, of course, they were told what to do. See, they had to do this on the doorposts of their houses.
Then they shall eat the flesh on that night.
So, this is the 14th. When the sun goes down, and it begins another day. It's darkness. We got another teaching that just appeared last year that's putting the Pesach at another day in ignorance because they're operating without the Ruach. But the 14th, we have, when the day come in, night is first. We understand the order, that which is important. It's the 14th and evening. This is the 14th day, and it's also the darkness part of the day. You have to kill it that night. They took the blood, they're supposed to eat it and continue.
Roasted in fire with unleavened bread and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Do not eat it raw, nor boil it at all with water, but roast it in fire.
Roast it with fire. Don't eat it. You have to have your bitter herbs, no unleavened bread.
Its head with its legs and its entrails.
Uh-huh.
You shall let none of it remain until morning.
So you have the night of the 14th and the morning of the 14th. See, this stuff was happening. This happened at night. This happened sundown. So we have to know, we got to know the day. When the day begins from evening to evening, you shall celebrate your Shabat. Our Shabbat should go from evening to evening. Even the Pesach go from evening until evening. We must know this. If not, we'll be all over the place with the lies. So you shall let none of it remain until morning.
And what remains of it until morning you shall burn with fire.
It has to be burned with fire. Don't get up the next day and eat some of it. Remember, make enough for you and your household.
And thus you shall eat it with a belt on your waist, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
Why?
So you shall eat it in haste.
Haste. Be ready to move. We brought this out before. With your belt, our people don't understand this. You shall eat it. Belt on your waist, sandals on your feet. They had to do this yearly. And as my son said, at nighttime, you have to be ready with your shoes on, your belt on. You got to be ready to move. They had to do this so that for us, when it's time to leave out of here.
It is Yahuah's Passover.
This is Yahuah's Passover, and it's the only Passover. There is no other Passover. There's no other Pesach. There's no other way of doing this. It won't be a switch from a lamb to a human. It won't be a switch from a lamb to a fish. It won't be a switch from a lamb to a bear. It won't be a switch from a lamb to a pig. It will never switch. It remains the same. Yeah.
For I will pass through the land of Mizraim on that night.
What? When? When?
On that night.
That night, which is the 14th. That night.
And I will strike all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim, both man and beast, and against all the mighty ones of Mizraim I will execute judgment. I am Yahuah. Now the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you.
So he gave them signs. The blood should be a sign. See, he gives us signs. And so in our dreams, he will tell us signs. He will tell us a sign for us to leave. Be ready to, when you see this sign, be ready to leave. Man, we was inspecting it.
Plague shall not be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Mizraim.
So he can curse a land and strike and hit other people while his people there, and it does not hit them.
So this day shall be to you a memorial.
Okay, pay attention. This day shall be a memorial. Memorial means you have to remember this.
And you shall keep it as a feast to Yahuah throughout your generations.
It's not going to change. Someone is going to change this. The day will come when you inherited lies and unprofitable things, worthless things, and you will partake of it, and this will be changed. They're going to have Yahusha as the Passover and a lamb. What do we do to the Passover? We eat it. Did they eat Yahusha? Did they leave? Did they burn the rest of Yahusha with fire? The Most High giving me this right now. Did they burn him with fire? He said anything left till morning, you must burn it with fire. These are questions that's nowhere near people that's believing lies' mind. It's nowhere near their minds. But that's what we were commanded to do. They put him in they buried him in the cave. They wrapped him up in the blanket, according to the New Testament. I'm not saying this is true. They wrapped him up in the blanket and put him in the cave. Who ate him? No one. No one ate it. Do y'all see what Ruach is speaking this morning?
And they eat him, they create a ritual.
They didn't. Hold it. I'm going to get into that. Hold it. Hold it. Wait a minute. I'm trying not to go ahead of myself. I'm going to get into that. Just hold on. It's right here. Continue.
You shall keep it as a feast by an everlasting ordinance.
Yes. And what?
Everlasting ordinance.
Family, this is an everlasting ordinance. It will not change. It will be forever. Someone will come and change it. But understand Turah, what we're reading here, is this is the everlasting ordinance here, that it must go out, be carried out throughout generations.
7 days you shall eat unleavened bread.
7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Uh-oh.
On the first day you shall remove leaven from your houses.
So the first day you're going to remove leaven from your houses. Now, we can do this, and he's going to command us to do this. Go ahead.
Whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that person shall be cut off from your Shabat.
So we should be in the practice of not eating leavened bread, and we should remove the leavened bread at this time and eat unleavened bread. We had to make unleavened bread. He told us to remove it from our house. Remove this from your house. This is part of our remembrance.
Because it would be a shame to get cut off for eating leavened bread.
I know. That would be a shame to get cut off for eating leavened bread. And of course, I've made it known before, we're not together now, but what if we're not in the habit of doing this? We can do this. We can practice this.
On the first day there shall be a Kadash convocation.
Uh-huh.
And on the 7th day there shall be a Kadash convocation.
All right. Okay.
No manner of work shall be done on them.
We know this.
But that which everyone must eat, that only may be prepared by you.
Mm-hmm. It may be prepared by who?
Yeah.
No, we got GUI preparing some stuff for us. They're going to cater. In America, they get other nations to cater them. Some of the camps, they get their own women to cater to them. But they also tell their women, y'all get a break this time. We're going to get a caterer to do this.
So you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for on this same day I will have brought your armies out of the land of Mizraim.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations, as an everlasting ordinance.
He have to tell us again. It's an everlasting ordinance.